In my career journey, one of my mentors shared with me that Akshay, time is not the most valuable asset. The most valuable asset is your focus. Yes, because sometimes we feel that okay, we are doing this work or we are studying for such a long amount of time. For mom, see, I'm studying from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. But probably in the 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 10 hours, we actually effectively have studied only 1 or 2 hours, and we have spent 6 to 7 hours maybe scrolling reels or talking to someone or getting distracted. So if you're not focused, it's not going to be important how much time we are spending. Rather, if we just spend 4 hours focus, that could actually yield us better results, give us better time management, as well as also help us to crack our goals easily, effectively, as well as make people respect us, because we will actually be able to achieve much in lesser time, as well as also give time to our friends and family. If you want to learn this secret, this video is for you. Yes, I'm talking about a very important asset in this video, which is called concentration. Hi, I'm Akshay Jalan, and having an experience of a decade working with students and professors at IIT Bombay, I learned a lot. I went through a topsy-turvy journey in my career where I made a lot of mistakes, and I don't want any of you to make this mistake. Primarily for this reason, I'm recorded video, as well as I wanted to share with you that I run a webinar where I want to educate the youth of India about how to select the right career. Not only that, the youth today also need to be aware about the right mindset and the skill set that is required in the 21st century. Yes, called a growth mindset and the skill set which can be developed with constant practice. And one of the tools of the 21st century which will make you stand apart is concentration. That is going to be the subject of this video. Yes, so if you want to know more about how I guide students and what is the science of career selection and how to decode that, I would suggest you to go to my website jakshay.com or careervisionhub.com. Check out my programs, as well as you can register for my webinar where I'll help you with the 3 secrets to crack the career code. How to choose the right career, the role of parents in career selection, and how to develop a mindset to learn and grow quickly. So what are you waiting for? Go to my website and register for the webinar, and I'll see you there live. Let's begin to understand this important asset, concentration. So what is an asset? An asset that is something that adds value to you in the long run. And this asset is such that it will only compound as more time passes. Yes, that is focus or concentration. So let's try to define focus. Focus is the ability to direct our attention on one specific thing, and it's needed for anything and everything, even it be for gaming or for studying or to put thread inside a needle. So why is focus so important? And especially for a student, because focus can essentially make or break your life. It expands your knowledge base and helps to give you opportunities you actually never thought you can get. So it boosts productivity and efficiency. Having concentration can help you get more work done in less time. It helps you get your work done in the minimum amount of time with results that are top notch. Now that we know why concentration is so important, let's understand some tips to increase our concentration. I'll talk to you about 4 tips. First is, let's understand distraction. So the first tip is, this is probably the most difficult tip to practice, and that is to avoid distraction. I know it's easy to say, but the most difficult thing to do. Distractions are what? They are anything that breaks the flow for concentration. They hinder your task and delay the process of getting it done. And there are 2 types. One is external distractions and internal distractions. Let's try to understand each of them. So external distractions kya hai? They are distractions that occur from the outer environment. For example, our mobile phones are a prime distraction for not just students but even adults. Some for examples of external distractions would be the movies that you suddenly remember, TV, friends, anything that causes you to lose your focus due to external stimuli. So these distractions are easy to handle too. Just remove them from your surroundings when you want to focus on something. For example, you can keep your phone on silent or flight mode, or give it to someone else in your family so you can focus, or keep it in a different room. Try to sit in a room which doesn't have the TV. So removing anything from the sound, out of sight, out of mind, is something you can practice to handle external distractions. But the same cannot be said about internal distractions, because internal distractions are the distractions within us, particularly inside our head. So let's understand them better. First is daydream. The sudden urge to do that one task, or check that one chapter, or remembering something your mother said. Like suppose you start looking at a particular chapter and you're studying deep into it, suddenly remember, okay, I have to tell this to my mother, I have to talk to that friend. So this chit chatter that goes into your head hinders your concentration. That's an internal distraction. And now handling internal distraction is a tough choice. How do you do that? You cannot stop yourself from thinking, and stopping your brain from having thoughts isn't possible. Let's look at some strategies to stop internal distraction. One is, if they are coming again and again, you can write down those thoughts, or you can even tell your mind that, okay, let me focus on what I'm doing right now, I'll come back to it later. So about writing down, the trick here is that writing is much more difficult than just thinking. Thinking is easy, but writing them down is a tedious task. So if you decide to write it down, your brain won't like it. That's why next time your brain wanders, take a pen and note down the thought. This will stop your brain from daydreaming and help you regain your flow. Then next is, don't blame yourself. So now, even though you try everything in this world, your brain won't stop to think about different ideas. And it's totally natural. The brain is designed to think, and it simply does it what it's meant to do. The only thing unfavorable here is the timing. But if you keep blaming yourself for getting distracted, this will only lead to lowering your motivation. So instead of blaming yourself, try to let it go and start again. Don't fall into the trap of your mind, bringing you to that point of, going round and round of, doing something else. Don't get into the action mode of distracting yourself from the task you're doing to do something else, maybe talking to your mother or talking to your sister or picking up the phone or checking a reel. Don't get into all those things. Try to listen. Okay, if your mind is thinking something, tell it to stop and focus on the current task. Next, tip 3 is 25-50 rule. So if your brain finds it difficult to concentrate for a longer period of time, you can actually follow this rule of 25-5, wherein you can divide your attention span into shortest periods of time, especially if it's difficult for you to get focused on hours. What it means is that for half an hour, focus for 25 minutes and take a break for 5 minutes. There also can be different versions of this rule. For example, 50-10. That is 50 minutes of a session and 10 minutes of a break. So 45-15 or 40-20 also. Anything that you feel that you limit. This is an example, 25-5 or 45 minutes काम करो, 15 मिनट ब्रेक लो, 50 मिनट काम करो, 10 मिनट ब्रेक लो, वैसा करके भी आप कर सकते. Tip 4 is do one thing at a time. So multitasking is actually a big scam and it is considered as a really efficient way to increase your productivity, but actually it can be the reason for you slowing down. Being able to manage yourself is a humongous task. It even is difficult for adults to manage the time and task. So if you keep a lot of things on your plate, you might end up spilling things over or getting jumbled up. So the golden rule is that, while starting out is to do one task at a time. When you only one goal in your mind, you can eliminate all other distractions and give in all yourself to one task. So you can become laser focused and hence your focus increases. So it's very important that you do one thing at a time. So these are some of the tips that can help you to increase your focus and concentration. Now, there are sometimes, when you could do multitasking is when suppose you're cleaning and you're also listening to something, listening to some song or maybe, some lecture or some content, that could be okay. So you need to see in certain situations and you also need to see your efficiency. It's not that, while listening you get distracted and your cleaning becomes ineffective. That is also not proper. Now, how to, focus and increase your concentration level? Let's look at that. So do reverse counting from 100 in multiples of 3. So let's do a small activity. You can do reverse counting from 100 in multiples of 3. For example, you can close your eyes, you want to lie down or sit down, and you can close and count in reverse. Like 100, then minus 397, then minus 394, then minus 391, then minus 388, and like that and so on. So you can try this with the multiples of different numbers also. So this can actually help you to kind of, focus your mind. So mind, if you're feeling very unfocused, this is some of the activity that you can do of reverse counting. Okay? Also, another exercise that I can suggest you to increase your concentration could be, to focusing on the thumb of your finger. Keep this thumb straight and, look at the nail. Look at the tip of the nail and try to focus on it and count till 30. And then take it to the side, to this side, and keep your head straight but just move your eye and look at the tip of the thumb. Okay, and then count till 30. Then again bring it in the center. So you can do this 3-4 times with one hand and 3-4 times with the another hand. Okay, so these are two exercises, simple exercises that I told you. One is about counting reverse and second is about this. So when you feel distracted or if you're facing concentration issues, you could try doing these two exercises for a minimum period of 21 days on a regular basis and you will see some good results and improvement in your concentration. If you like this video, if you felt that this video is really powerful and that you understood the importance of concentration and focus, then I would invite you to like this video, share this video with your other friends, colleagues, parents who are also on this journey of developing the skill set that is required in the 21st century to succeed in their careers. And also, if you found the video valuable and you want the next video to come to you first, then please subscribe to this channel so that the next video on career guidance, it could be about an interesting career or it could be about the next tool or the skill set that can empower you in your career journey. Thank you very much for watching this video. All the best.